Hello, we want to thank everyone for joining us here for the quarterfinal post-game press conference of the 2025 CUSA Basketball Championships. We're joined now by Kennesaw State head basketball coach Octavia Blue and by senior forwards Kiara Griffin and Princess Harden. We'll make sure the attending media here in Huntsville have the ability to ask their questions first, then we'll move to our Zoom audience. If you don't mind, please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question. We thank you for attending as well as your patience. We'll begin now with an opening statement from Coach Blue before opening it up to questions.
Thank you. We played the reigning champs. We found that out pretty early on. Had a game plan where obviously Boulder Ravel is an imposing force on the inside, commands a lot of attention because it's so difficult to defend her one-on-one. And Enrique, who typically averages around 4 points a game, busted that up by hitting a couple outside shots. So we had to, obviously make an adjustment. But, they showed exactly why. Middle showed exactly why they won the championship so many years. A tenured coach, unbelievable players in every position. But, really, really proud of our players coming out in the second half, not giving in to the score. It was just that second quarter where we really struggled, not scoring a single basket in that quarter, and they went on a run, 24 points in that quarter for them and 0 for us. So that really kind of put the game difficult to kind of reach and get back into. But as I mentioned, proud of our ladies, scored them evenly in the third quarter with 20 apiece and outscored them 18-12 in the fourth. So just proud of the two young ladies and the rest of the seniors, two young ladies sitting beside me and the rest of the seniors in that locker room for just never giving up as they've never done that all season long.
Any questions?
Coach Sam Down, GoBlueRaiders.com. What have you learned about where your team is in Conference USA this season and where you'll need to go in the off season? Now you've gotten the full breadth of the league. Obviously play this year.
Well, I mean, you have the the usual suspects in Liberty and Middle who are really good. But I think there's a lot of parity in this league from third on down. So we got to continue to recruit size and speed. We're giving up a lot of size in every position here, so we got to continue to do that. But overall, I'm proud of our group. I think we competed at a high level. To get 8 wins in this league, is really good for our first year. So we'll just build on that.
Princess and Kiara, what is playing for Coach Blue and Kennesaw State meant to you over your careers?
For me, she gave me a fresh start. I transferred in for my last year, and she believed in me from the start. I asked her one thing, and it's to push me to get better. I want to improve my stats in every category, and she helped me do that. So her trust in me helped me out a lot.
I say the same for me. Coach Blue didn't recruit me, but she treated me like she did, taught me a lot all my 4 years. Good. Shaped me into the person I am today and the person I'm going to take into the future. Just a great coach overall.
Coach, Princess made the first team this year, first year in the league. What does it say about where she was this year, in the league, averaging double-double, and how she's, helped this program get off to a good start?
Princess's sophomore year, the last game we were actually at Liberty when Liberty was still in the A-Sun. I just saw a turn in her play, and a turn in her confidence, and she built on that in the offseason. She got stronger. She improved her range, her consistency, her ball handling in every category. So she brought that into her junior year. Was selected all conference in the A-Sun, and then in the preseason, she wasn't on any preseason poll, any preseason team, and I think she took that personal. We never talked about it, but she just put her head down and went to work and had a phenomenal season. So really proud of her. But we on the internally we knew it all along what she was capable of.
Brett Walker, MTSU sidelines. Coach Blue, you talked about these seniors that are up here with you today. What kind of lasting impact are they going to have on you this senior group?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in the locker room just now. This entire group, Princess mentioned I didn't recruit her. However, she was with me for the entire 4 years. She's mine. That's what I feel like. So all the ladies in the locker room were recruited under my leadership, and they are setting the foundation for what's to come in the future of Kennesaw State women's basketball. The style, the grit, the stick-to-itness, these ladies exemplify that, and so they need to be. I feel like they're going to feel like their footprint is imprinted in this program for years to come.
Question for both Griffin and Harding. I know it can be tough to contextualize the whole season this way. Where do you feel like you developed the most this year, whether it be on or off?
For me, on the court, I took a new role here. I haven't played the five since I was in maybe high school or middle school, but I took a new role, stepped up in it, and like she pushed me to be my best at every moment. Like anytime I'm slipping, she's getting on me and making sure I don't slip through the cracks. So I would say like that's something that I left here.
For me, I say my leadership. Coming from just a quiet person, she pushed me to step outside my comfort zone, do something I'm not comfortable doing. So I feel like my leadership has grown a lot.
For both of you, what do you enjoy the most about Kennesaw State?
The relationships I made here. That's my best part of being here.
I say, oh, my bad.
And going through this first season of CUSA with this team was definitely a fun one to have.
I say the relationships as well and the lessons I've learned.
Ladies, in reference to you guys moving on, you took ownership of under coach's leadership. So what are you going to say to your players in that locker room and those players who come up, like the Trinice Taylor who didn't play this year? What are your words to them as this foundation is being built of what you guys started?
I say just work hard. Don't take nothing for granted. You love the game, treat it like you love it, and yeah.
For me, it's just believe in your coach. If your coach trusts you, it puts more trust in yourself to go out there and do whatever you need to do. So I always believe in what she said because she's gonna push you to your hardest. And for like people like Trinice, I went through a knee surgery too, so I'm right there with her to help her like stay up. Like I didn't try to I made sure she didn't go down at all. So preparing her for next season is what it was.
Any more questions here? Any questions from the Zoom? All right, I want to welcome everyone again here for the quarterfinal postgame press conference of the 2025 CUSA Basketball Championships. We're joined by Middle Tennessee head coach Rick Insell, by senior forward Elena Enrique, by senior center Anastasia Boldireva. I'm sorry, pardon me. Anyway, we'll make sure the attending media here in Huntsville have the ability to ask their questions first. Then we'll move to the Zoom audience. We ask, if you would, please state your name and affiliation prior to asking your question. Thanks for attending, as well as for your patience. We'll begin now with an opening statement from the coach before opening up for questions.
Well, I don't think the game, that game was indicative of Kennesaw State. We jumped out early, made some shots. We began to turn our offense, got patient and executed, and, they began to rush some shots, and next thing you know, it got away from them. They've got a good team. They've had a good year. They were well coached. And yesterday, I thought they really had a great game plan. I was very much concerned about them all last night and this morning. But when I got on the bus to come to this game, I could tell the attitude and the intensity and the focus that our kids had that we were going to be okay.
Questions?
Coach, stand down. Go over obviously second quarter, not many teams can say that they've liked somebody, in a quarter. What was really the key for the defensive stretch, during that time?
Well, the key was our coaching staff. When we played them the last time, we kind of came up with a game plan that we felt like did a pretty good job, and so we went back. We felt like that we were going to play Kennesaw State. We knew UTEP was pretty good, but we felt like Kennesaw State with Harden, and they've got one or two other good players on there. The Berry kid, I think she's as good as anybody in the conference, and we were able to keep them in front of us. And so Matt and Tom, Matt and Nina in particular, and then Tom and Kim right there going over what we were having to do defensively. And, we tweaked it a little bit. We were able to tweak it a little bit more this morning in our shoot around and we came out and it worked.
Elena, how much confidence, that you have hitting that early, outside shot and to get you going offensively and lead to some good things on the defensive side as well?
I don't think it started today in the game. I feel like it's been something that honestly been working on for the whole year, but especially this week, our coaches have really preached the fact that I'm a good tournament player. Previously I've been a good tournament player and I gotta find that gear. And I feel like I just had that good confidence going into a game, and I feel like being confident really helped me hit some shots today.
She did a good job. She did exactly what she should be doing. I mean, she didn't rush it, and real proud of her game.
Brett Walker, MTSU sidelines. Anastasia, MTSU, you guys have had one of the best defenses in the country this season. What really makes this group gel and kind of stand out among the conference?
Defensive-wise, we just work really hard every day on our defense as a team. Like, we don't skip defensive day, we don't lay off on it. We work up until as much as we can. So, and when we get in there, we have a good chemistry. We feel each other. They, especially our point guards, they can do a great job of denying the ball and getting out there because they know if they go back door or they drive, I will be there to help.
If you saw the day Tuesday before we came down here that morning, if you were in our practice, you wouldn't have thought that we were one of the best teams in this tournament because of the way that they were having to get after it defensively. So that's exactly what she was saying. They get after it defensively every day. That's one of the things that we work on we don't work on offense every day. Maybe that's why we've only averaged 60 points a game this year. Maybe we need to work on our offense a little more, but right now we're pretty happy with what our defense is doing.
Knox, for you, what's it like just when you're playing in that second quarter? Do you realize that you're holding them scoreless in that stretch, or are you just sort of caught up in the game and just doing what coach asks you to do that you don't really realize it until after the fact?
Well, I definitely didn't realize that they didn't score at all, but it felt like they was barely scoring. That's what I thought it was. I never looked at the scoreboard because the scoreboard, again, don't matter. We play just what we do, execute over and over and over. And it felt good. We just felt like we have not just execution, but momentum going over and over in defense.
Don't play the scoreboard. Don't play the team. Play us. Play our game. That's what she's saying there. And, Nos got 1,500 points today. I didn't know if you know that. And then, to me, I got 1,000.
Jacob Burgess, MTSU sidelines. Today, Kennesaw's defensive matchup really shut down Gregory and Tamia more than usual. What was the game plan change that led to Bodoreva and Enrique?
Shut down who?
Tamia and Jalen more than usual. What was the change in game that led to Bodoreva and Enrique helping lead draw?
Well, probably some chewings, maybe. We won't go into that. I mean, our practices are intense. We don't walk through things, and if you don't do things right, then we're not happy. So that's probably why they upped their game a little bit. This is the same team we got beat 20-something by Liberty. So, we're not real happy coming away from that still. We're still got a mad on for that.
Coach, with the day off tomorrow, you get time to scout, your next opponent in person, and then come in there. What does what does the next couple hours, couple days look like for y'all getting ready for that?
Well, we won't take off tomorrow. I'll tell you that right now. We'll be in the gym sometime tomorrow. I don't know who we'll get ready for. We'll get ready for both teams. And then we will be over here to scout. What's today, Wednesday, tomorrow?
Yeah.
And then maybe try to get our girls back in here tomorrow night to watch at least half of the guys' game. I mean, we don't play till like 8 o'clock, I think, Friday night. So, I can get them in here and let them watch at least half of it and get them back and get them some rest. But, make sure they're fed well. And then, that's it. I mean, that's what we do on the road, and we're all business. And, we're not down here to watch movies. We're not down here to socialize. We're down here to win a tournament. And they all have been, they know what they got to do. Even if I wasn't around, they know what to do themselves.
Any more questions in the room? Any questions from our Zoom audience?
Thank you.
Let's go eat a steak.